First of all, just take a deep breath. You made it. Merry Christmas. Just take a deep breath and let it be. What has been done has been done. What has not been done has not been done. Let it be. Let it be, and listen again to these words. And it came the time for Mary to give birth. Not long ago, a younger man remarked to me, he said, given how bad everything is in the world and how bleak of a time the future looks, I'm not sure that my wife and I should even try to give birth to a child into this kind of world. I was really kind of stunned and taken aback to think that this young man at such a young time in his life was already feeling so defeated, and yet I know that this fella is not alone in this type of thought. Birth is a word that evokes a lot of thoughts and feelings and memories. In a way, every birth is unique, peculiar unto itself. Some births happen very casually, some take a long time. Some happen just as predicted, and some are unexpected. Some happen without incident, some happen with crisis, and occasionally some births lead into tragedy. My mom, when she thinks about my birth and talks about it, she calls me a cold. You see, my parents tried for a long time to have a child without success, so they gave up. And then one day she wasn't feeling too well, so she went to the doctor, and being a nurse, she self-diagnosed herself with a cold. And 9 months later, I was born, and she says to this day she's still trying to get over that cold. Every birth is unique, and yet every birth also holds a kind of potential and possibility in this world. Every birth opens ourselves from the path and kind of reorients ourselves into a future that is even bigger than ourselves. So because of that, every birth is a sign of hope in this world. And the time came for Mary to give birth. We've made it to Bethlehem. We're here to attend a birth, the birth of Jesus. It is a birth just like any other, and yet it is a birth like no other. Because with Jesus' birth, there comes into this world the gift of life in a new and dramatic way, and there comes into this world the gift of God's potential and God's potentiality for our lives. And with Jesus' birth, it also kind of takes us into this world of mystery and miracles, of heaven right here on earth, that life can be more than what we see. There's always something more going on. And because of His birth, we too can be born not just once, but twice and again in life in many different ways, opening ourselves to more possibility and potential. Not long ago, in a confirmation service, I laid hands on a woman who was 90 years old, and in her letter to me, she asked me to pray to make her ready for what was next at 90 years old. And from somewhere beyond myself came a prayer, and we prayed for a kind of new birth. Talk about being suddenly in a time of mystery and miracle. Indeed, birth happens in a way every morning, when we're given the gift of another day and all that it can mean for us and all that it can mean for God. And as followers of Jesus, we yearn to live God's potential and possibility into this world. And that's what we're giving. That's what we're on our way to at this manger. So may the gift of joy and wonder be with you this Christmas. And may you open your life to the gift of God's possibility and potential for who God wants you to be in this world, to be a sign of hope, even in times of badness and when it may feel like a bleak time in our world. Give yourself to the life of Jesus. Be born anew. And I want to close with a poem that is a favorite of mine this time of the year. God speaks to each of us as He makes us, then walks with us silently out of the night. These are the words we dimly hear. You sent out beyond your recall. Go to the limits of your longing. Embody me. flare up like flame and make big shadows I can move in. Let everything happen to you, beauty and terror. Just keep going. No feeling is final. Don't let yourself lose me. Nearby is the country they call life. You will know it by its seriousness. Give me your hand. Merry Christmas.